Here's my imitation of people who are worried about climate change but are doing nothing themselves. Oh, I hope President Obama does something about global warming like he said he would 4 years ago, or, kind of like he said he would after he was reelected. Remember? Just before he said the bit about jobs and growth being more important than the destruction of the world. Here's the thing, humans. Even if President Obama does something about climate change, he will only do the very minimum, which won't be enough. This is because there's no political will to do anything about climate change. This, in turn, is largely because the climate movement was essentially silent during the fall elections. So, rather than look accusingly at a certain president who clearly doesn't get how serious this is, maybe the movement should turn its gaze upon itself. Dudes, you need to step it up! We're talking about the fate of the world! Strap on a pair already! Frederick Douglass, the former slave who became a leader of the abolitionist movement, said, "Those who profess to favor freedom and yet deprecate agitation are men who want crops without plowing up the ground. The struggle may be a moral one, but it must be a struggle. Power concedes nothing without demand. It never did, and it never will." I'm just assuming he had a voice like that. The abolitionists were fighting slavery, which was horrible, but it drove the American economy. So people were like, well, slavery's bad, but what you gonna do? The economy needs all those slaves. Hey, our hands are tied. And for a long time, that was actually cool with people. Oh, get over it, abolitionists. You guys are so not cool with your protesting. And some of the abolitionists were like, how come people don't respect us? We want to be respectable. But finally, other abolitionists were like, fuck that. Slavery's wrong. Respectable's respectable. We're gonna make some noise. Long story short, slavery was over a few decades later. Well, it's the same thing with climate change. If you wait for anyone else to do this, it won't get done. You have to get involved in a big, gnarly way. Non-violently, of course. People might think you're crazy or uncool, but excuse me, you're actually going to be saving the world, which is pretty fucking cool. And if the climate movement is not asking enough of people to make the change, which it isn't, you need to push them and your friends, but mostly yourself, to do a whole lot more. Then, once this movement really steps it up, people won't feel hopeless or impotent or passive anymore. They'll start to become energized and confident, and the movement will grow. That's how we're going to save the planet.